Hey, Choice here. Thank you for joining me again for another session of Choice Spirit. Hey, what do you do when you know it's time to make the move? When you know it's time, when you know it's time to move on and move out. But you hang in there, hoping something might change, hoping something might work out. I'm here to tell you, if that's how you're feeling, if that's really how you feel it, then you need to go within and do the work. Before, unless it's toxic, because you got different kinds of people around you and you have to recognize it. You have to recognize the people that are in your space. Sometimes when you attract people, you're not really in your best place. So those people are mirroring to you what you are emitting, what you're radiating, what your frequency is. And so at that time in your life, perhaps you were, vibrating at a low state. And so you could only attract that. But since then, perhaps you've done some growing, some evolving, some renewing of the mind and heart, which help lift you from that place. And so the person that you may have attracted into your life at that time when you were in a low vibrational space has not moved much. Now, everyone is where they is. Everyone is where they is. But you do, you cannot blame them because when you were in that space, for whatever reason, whereas loneliness, because loneliness is just like feeling starved, and someone sitting a plate of food, with few exceptions, sitting a plate of food in front of you that you would not normally eat. But because you feel like you are starving, you sit down and enjoy it, and that ends up being the best tasting food you ever had in your life. Well, that happens sometimes when you get lonely. And you run across somebody. But then when you take your head out of the sand, when you finally lift yourself up and stand up and brush yourself off, you look at that and you say, oh no. I'm not laughing, I'm just saying, I'm just saying. But anyway, there comes a time when you grow through some things, you grow up, and perhaps the person you're with is not moving in the direction you're going in. And so you know that it's time for you to move on and move out. If there's something in you that believes the person that you are with is in a state where they're perhaps ready and seeking. We're all seeking, but perhaps is really ready to shift as well. And both have to do work. They have to work on their internal space. You have to work on yours, and you're not codependent, and you've not become an addiction to each other. But you both are ready to lift up. Then that means take the time and you work on yourself. And in your working on yourself, as you change, the people around you will change. So if it's meant for the person to continue to grow, still be a part of your life, then as you change, they will change. And as they change, you will change. And depending on the frequency, the vibratory frequency, how far off, that will determine whether or not you continue to stay entangled, or if the universe and all that is will do what it does, and the next thing you know, you would separate. But it would be to your benefit to do the internal work. And if the other person is on the same page, they too will work on themselves. And this will keep it together. This will, of course, you will grow with and through and evolve through, because that's what it's about. You have to have this go on. That conflict thing has to happen, whatever, right? That has to happen, because this helps us ascend. This helps us to grow, to evolve, to discover more and more about ourselves. That will not happen if there were not some kind of pressure. You see? So, this is to say, before you move out and move on, unless you know that it's time to move, really know, and it's not anything you want to continue to grow with, it's time to let it go, because there are different types of people, and we'll talk about that in one of my other videos, where you just have to let it go, and go on about your business and work on yourself. So, quick word. Choice here. Thank you for joining me. Much love. Thanks again. Hit the thumbs up, comment, subscribe, share. Much love. Thank you.